Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. I hope all of you are doing well. So today I'm going to show you how can you access your firewall by using a simple port forwarding, which will be pointing to your local interfaces, any of the local interface such as LAN, DMZ, something like that. And we will avoid enabling HTTPS and others on any public interfaces. As you know, this is very harmful for any kind for security if you enable HTTPS on any public interfaces. When you do that, immediately your firewall will be exposed for from any external network. Okay, and that will create some security issues, security threat to your firewall. Also, this is important to know why we need to do that, and if we enable HTTPS on the public interfaces, what will happen? So, when you enable HTTPS on any public interfaces, then immediately it will be accessible. It will, the HTTPS will be exposed from any location. So, in that way, you cannot control your firewall HTTPS access to any specific location or to any specific public IPs. It will be exposed for all of them. So although there are some functionalities to limit only some user access to uh, some trusted public IPs or trusted hosts, but you won't be able to add any specific location or countries to allow any public IPs from that location. There is no way. Also, you cannot limit any kinds of unauthorized login attempt when you enable HTTPS access on any public interfaces. Only you can limit some users to log in from some, a specific trusted public IPs. But you cannot limit any other login attempt from anywhere to your HTTPS by using your HTTPS ports. As you know, if anyone can do some scan on your public IP, then he will know what ports are actually running externally accessible from anywhere. So that is easy. Then it is also it will also create a threat to your firewall and its performance, because any attacker can generate also some random attacks or DDoS attacks to your firewall by using HTTPS port. As you know, whenever firewall received any request, no matter it is valid or invalid, firewall has to reply. In that way, firewall will be busy, and that will actually act as a DDoS attack or zombie attack. So it will be harmful for your firewall performance and any other resources, important resources running under the firewall and your services. Okay. So what we will do to avoid this, we will configure a port forwarding by pointing to any of our internal port, and you will also need to know the advantage of doing that. So when you do that, then you will be able to restrict access to your firewall. You will be able to allow your firewall access from any from a specific location or a specific countries or some specific IP ranges. But today our purpose is to allow the firewall access from a specific location. Okay, in that way you will be able to control your overall login attempt to your firewall. If you stop your firewall from any HTTPS on any external interfaces, then it won't be exposable from to any external networks. Okay, so if you do that, you will have more control on your firewall HTTPS access. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to show you how you can do that. So you will have to follow some steps. At first, you need to make sure you have enabled HTTPS in any of your LAN or DMZ interfaces. I will actually, I would prefer to do that only one interface, and then you can point that interface in your port forwarding. Okay, so here is the LAN interfaces, and we are enabling HTTPS on that interface. It is already enabled, and now you can see I'm actually accessing the firewall by using local IPs. Okay, I mean by using local IPs over the remote VPN. So now I'm going to then the next step is you need to check what is the port set in your system setting for HTTPS port. Currently, it is set as 40443. Okay, 40443. So the next step is we will have to configure a virtual IPs for that. Okay, virtual IPs. We can give it a name firewall HTTPS access. We will name it STC because we are going to configure the port forwarding over STC. You will choose that. Then our LAN gateway IP, we will have to use our LAN gateway IP here, which is standard 001. Then we will enable port forwarding, and our port forwarding, our port will be 40443. 40443. We can use different port for external, and we can map it to this one as well, but we can also keep both as same. Okay, so I'm going to apply save here. Apply save. Then the next step is step 1. Let me recap once again. Step 1, we need to enable HTTPS on any on a specific LAN interfaces. Then the next step is we need to assign a different port instead of 443. I mean custom port in our HTTPS as an HTTPS port under system then setting. Then the third step is we will have to configure a virtual IP. We already did that. I think this one. Then the next step is we will have to configure a service for 40443, and it will be TCP 40443. We can save it. We can set the port, I mean services under any predefined or existing categories. Then we will have to use the port number here 40443, and the high will be the same, or we can skip typing the high port because it will take it automatically. Okay, that's it. The port is fine. Then the next step is we will have to configure a port forwarding to make it work. Okay, now click on create new, then firewall access dir LAN. Okay, So as an incoming interface, we will have to use SD-WAN because the ISP also a member of the SD-WAN, and outgoing interface will be LAN. Yeah, LAN. Source will be in source. I'm going to add in a specific country. The country is Bangladesh. Allowed countries. Three. Okay. Now click on OK. After that, you can add the source. Add your country as a source. Then the destination. Destination will be the virtual host which we have configured just few minutes ago. This is the virtual host. Then service will be the specific one. We won't allow all services. Okay, we assign that one. Now we will assign some security profiles to increase the security. Okay. So the firewall rule is ready. Let's do a review of that firewall rule once again. This is the name. We have to use incoming interface as our WAN interface or ISP interface. Here, WAN is a member of the SD-WAN zone. That's why I had to use SD-WAN here. Then outgoing interface will be the LAN interface. Then source as Bangladesh as my country. Then the destination. Okay, destination will be the virtual host which we configured. Then the service will be the specific port. Okay, then you can click on OK. Okay, then the firewall rule is ready. We can move it maybe on top. There are lots of rules. Let's put it on top because it is very specific rule and it won't create any issues with any other rule. So we can place it. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Let's try move by ID. Okay, what is the top rule ID? 55. So let's choose move by ID, and when we type the top rule ID, then it will override the position and it will take the position. So then I don't have to move it manually. You can see it is immediately went on top, but as of now there is no hit. So let me try something. Okay, let me try something. Let me try to access the firewall. Here you can see I'm accessing the firewall by using the LAN gateway IP. I'm accessing the firewall by using the VPN. Now I'm going to try by using a public IP. Then you can see I can access it. Okay, I can access it externally. And now you can see the hit. If you open the firewall rule, you should see something 13 seconds ago. 13 seconds ago it was used. That means it is used by this hit. Okay. So that means the port forwarding is working, and accessing the firewall without exposing my HTTPS from WAN and without exposing my HTTPS port to any country from the world. Okay, I can make it specific, and I hope that this video will be very helpful for all of you guys who want to make secure your firewall, who want to harden your firewall security. That will help you. If you like my videos, if you then please don't forget to hit the like button, and also please subscribe my channel to get any kinds of future videos on FortiGate other and any other firewall, including some other network stuff. Okay, thank you very much. See you next time.